You know, if you've ever felt like your social media is just making a lot of noise but not a lot of money, you are definitely not alone. It's a huge frustration for so many businesses. But what if there was a clear path, a real strategy to turn all that online chatter into actual sales? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today, a guide to getting real, measurable results.
I mean, think about it for a second. You post, you maybe boost a few things, you cross your fingers and hope for the best. But is anyone really listening? Is all that time, all that energy actually turning into business? Or does it just feel like you're shouting into a black hole? That is the exact problem we are going to solve right now.
Because that's the whole point, isn't it? It's not about these vanity metrics, the likes, the follows. It's about turning that attention, that engagement, into actual paying customers. So in this explainer, we're going to lay out the exact roadmap to do just that.
Okay, first things first, let's talk about the platform playbook. You just can't copy and paste the same content across every social network and expect it to work. It won't. Each one is its own little world with its own audience, its own rules. A one-size-fits-all strategy is pretty much a recipe for wasted time and money. You gotta have a unique playbook for each one.
So let's start with the big one, Meta. We're talking Facebook and Instagram, of course. And the challenge here is, well, it's legendary. Just when you think you finally figured it out, bam, the algorithm changes again and your organic reach just tanks. It feels like you're constantly fighting just to be seen by the people who already chose to follow you.
So how do you actually win on Meta? Well, the secret isn't to get louder, it's to get a whole lot smarter. It's really a two-part move. First, you create organic content that's so engaging, so good, that the algorithm has no choice but to show it to people. Then, and this is the game changer, you find your best performing posts and turn those into super targeted ad campaigns. You're basically letting your audience tell you exactly which ads are going to work.
All right, let's totally switch gears and talk about a completely different animal, LinkedIn. This is the professional world, right? The challenge here isn't just getting eyeballs. It's about being seen as a credible authority in a really, really crowded space. You're fighting for the attention of executives and decision makers, and for them, trust is everything.
So the playbook for LinkedIn is all about two things, authority and precision. You have to build yourself up as an expert, someone who solves real business problems. And just like with Meta, you find the content that really connects with people organically, and you turn that into a paid campaign. But here, you're not targeting everybody. You're zeroing in on C-suite executives, the key decision makers, and filling your pipeline with genuinely qualified leads.
Okay, so having a specific playbook for each platform is absolutely crucial. But that's just the what. Now we need to talk about the how. How do you actually pull all this off? Well, it takes a whole system, a well-oiled machine, what we call the growth engine. Let's take a look at the gears that make this whole thing run.
Just look at this. This is the engine. It all starts with a solid strategy, which then guides your content. Things like community management and influencers help you build relationships and get that content out there. But the two gears that really put the pedal to the metal are paid social, that's the fuel, and analytics, that's your dashboard, telling you where to steer. Together, these things turn social media from just an activity into a real customer acquisition machine. Let's zoom in on those two key parts.
Now, paid social. This is not about just hitting that boost post button and hoping for the best. No. It's a super strategic process. You're taking your proven winners, your best organic posts, and using them as the creative for your ads. This completely de-risks your ad spend because you already have proof that people like the content. Then you can target brand new audiences or retarget people who've already shown interest, moving them step by step towards becoming a customer.
And this right here is the dashboard for our engine. Analytics can't be about vanity metrics anymore. I mean, who really cares about likes if they don't lead to actual sales? The key is to track what really matters to your bottom line. Leads, sales, how much it costs to get a new customer. Good reporting tells you, in plain English, what's working and what's not, so you can stop wasting money and double down on the things that actually drive business.
But, talk is cheap, right? The real question is, does all this stuff actually work? Well, let's look at some real results. We're moving way beyond likes and followers here and into real, tangible business impact. And honestly, the numbers really do speak for themselves.
250%. Just let that sink in. That is the kind of revenue growth a fashion retail brand saw using this exact strategy. It was a combination of awesome, trend-driven creative on places like TikTok and Instagram, paired with the right influencers to drive real, measurable sales.
And it's not just for e-commerce brands. For a B2B software company, the goal is different. It's all about high-quality leads. They saw a 150% increase in what we call marketing qualified leads, or MQLs. All that really means is their sales team started having a lot more conversations with people who are actually ready to buy, all from super targeted ads on LinkedIn and Facebook.
And this number? This is the bottom line. Over $230,000 in revenue that can be directly traced back to these campaigns. This is what happens when you stop chasing those fluffy, feel-good metrics and start building a system that is laser-focused on one thing, turning followers into customers. And here's one more quick case study for you. A tech gadget company grew their sales by 180%. How? By using retargeting campaigns. You know, those ads that follow you around and remind you about that thing you looked at. But at the same time, their cost to get a new customer actually went down by 12%. They did that just by using positive product reviews in their ads as social proof. I mean, that's the holy grail, right? More sales for less money.
And you have to remember, behind all these numbers are real people, real business owners. A quote like this one just gets right to the heart of it. It's not just about data on a spreadsheet. It's about feeling that noticeable boost in engagement and, most importantly, in sales, the stuff that actually matters.
So we've looked at the different playbooks, we've seen the incredible results. But what's the one big idea, the core principle that ties this all together? Well, that's what this section is all about. We call it the unified approach. And the big idea is this: your organic social media and your paid social media absolutely cannot live in separate worlds. This slide lays it out perfectly. On the left, you've got the old way, the siloed approach. It's like your organic team and your paid ads team are in different buildings and never talk to each other. It's just so inefficient. But on the right, you have the unified approach. This creates a powerful feedback loop. Your best organic content tells you what paid ads to run, and the data from those ads tells you exactly what kind of organic content to create next. They're constantly making each other smarter. And this isn't just some abstract theory, it's a real, repeatable process. As you can see here, it kicks off with discovery and strategy. Then you move into creating and launching the content. But the most important step is that last one, ongoing analysis and optimization. This is where that feedback loop really happens. You're analyzing the data from both sides, organic and paid, and you use those insights to make the whole strategy better, constantly improving your return. It's a cycle, not a straight line.
Which really brings us all the way back to the big question. When you look at your own social media efforts, what do you see? Is it just an expense line on a budget with kind of murky returns? Or is it a strategic investment, a true growth engine that you can count on to turn your followers into customers? The approach you choose, well, it makes all the difference in the world.